Eagles taking on the Miami Dolphins. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Play action. Now it's Tua. And going deep for Hill. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 72 yards. And the Dolphins need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage are so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
That is incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. Braxton Berrios deep for Miami. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now as the quarterback.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Inside the 20, Tyreek Hill. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Eluding the pressure right. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. First down, and they go with Swift again. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15 from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They'll run with Swift. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift punching it in from a yard away. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
right, fellas. Listen up.
Tua now on first down. He'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7.
Let's go, baby. Ready. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua.
That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. Down the sideline he goes.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. An excellent gain, 35 yards. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
Mostert is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Tua sets up to pass it, and he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
From the gun, it's Tua. That is caught at the 7-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Eagles.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times where they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
On play action, here's Tua. He'll buy some time right.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
That is caught, and they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Off of play action, Tagovailoa.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Elliott good with a PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. Four seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. Third quarter starts with a run from Swift. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Airing it out deep for Smith. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Hurts. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. He'll look to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw again. They'll roll him out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Hurts. Quick slant to Brown. Touchdown! A.J. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles are able to stretch out their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Berrios now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Now left side on the swing pass. So they'll get nothing out of that play. 3rd and 7 now.
Give them the completion. No gain, but let's focus in on that tackle. Open field tackling, the hardest thing to do in the game, I believe.
But when you get outside the tackle box, it becomes a numbers game. The defense had more than they could block.
And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
They'll try it now with Mostert.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Once again, it's Mostert.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9.
Getting some penetration. Watch the safety creep.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
2nd and 9.
Get the ball. Mike 17, Mike 17. Watch the run. Watch the run. Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
He'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And incomplete on the deep ball. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
Hurts. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts
keeping it himself from 7 yards out.
And the Eagles have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-six TD. Elliott good on the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25. So they throw the pick-six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick-six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
On second down, Mostert.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time.
Darius Slay with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Great. Set. Hey, let's go. Trim it.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They are power.